In the heart of the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, a new chapter unfolds, marked by strategic maneuvers and technological advancements. The Russian Ministry of Defense recently declared that precision-guided bombs deployed by Su-34 multi-purpose combat bombers have been effectively targeting Ukrainian troop gatherings. This development is part of a broader strategy that has seen Russian forces gain control over the village of Vostochny in the Krasnoarmysk district of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic. This victory follows the capture of Petropavlov and Remevka, highlighting the tactical progress of Russian forces in the region. The city of Hasivyar, west of Bakhmut, has become a focal point as Russian units advance into multi-story buildings on the southern front, reaching strategic positions along Dneprovskaya Street. The intensity of these operations underscores the high stakes as Ukrainian armed forces face encirclement from multiple directions, leading to fierce skirmishes in the northwest vicinity. Amidst these developments, the collapse of Ukrainian defensive lines west of Kurashovo further exacerbates the situation for Ukrainian forces engaged in the Donetsk People's Republic. Yet the conflict is not one-sided. Ukrainian armed forces have launched their own attacks on various Russian regions using drones and other weapon systems. On the night of January 19th, Russian air defenses claimed to intercept 2 drones over the Belgorod and Bryansk regions. This incident, coupled with the use of tactical missiles like the ATACMS, manufactured in the United States, prompted the Russian armed forces to conduct a precise strike on Ukraine's military-industrial facilities, notably targeting the design office Luch, known for producing long-range guided missiles such as the Neptune and Olka types. The Russian Air Force's multi-purpose fighter bomber, Su-34, also launched attacks on Ukrainian armored vehicles and troops in the border district of the Kursk region, utilizing glide and guided bombs. The Russian Ministry of Defense described these operations as a response to perceived threats, while the Ukrainian side grapples with the implications of the Russian Oreshnik missile. In a candid interview on January 19th, the commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Alexander Syrsky, acknowledged the significant threat posed by the Oreshnik missile to Ukraine's national security. Despite its advanced features and ballistic capabilities, Ukraine currently lacks the means to intercept this missile, a reality that Syrsky emphasized as a critical concern. Efforts are underway to enhance Ukraine's missile defense system, with Syrsky highlighting the importance of engaging allies in negotiations to acquire such capabilities. This sentiment is echoed by President Volodymyr Zelensky, who continues to appeal for international support, particularly in the form of additional Patriot missile defense systems developed by the United States. Syrsky's remarks underscore the urgency of bolstering Ukraine's defensive capabilities as the conflict persists. Meanwhile, the Russian Oreshnik missile continues to dominate the discourse, with its debut launch on November 21, 2024, targeting a weapons factory in Dnipro, Ukraine. The missile's journey from the Kapustin Yar test site in the Astrakhan region to Dnipro, covering a distance of approximately 800 kilometers at a speed exceeding Mach 11, has been described as a significant milestone for the Russian missile and space industry. The Oreshnik missile's capabilities, including its speed of Mach 10, which equates to over 12,200 kilometers per hour, and its destructive power likened to a tactical nuclear attack without radioactive fallout, have positioned it as a formidable tool in Russia's arsenal. President Vladimir Putin's statements on December 26, 2024, further emphasized the strategic significance of the Oreshnik, declaring it operationally ready and almost unstoppable, even against the most advanced Western air defense systems. In his interview with journalist Pavel Sarubin on the TV channel Russia 1, Putin highlighted the missile as a historical milestone for Russia, while also reiterating Moscow's updated nuclear doctrine, sending a strong message to Washington. Nevertheless, Putin asserted that nuclear escalation may not be necessary, as the Oreshnik missile itself represents a new level of deterrence. In the backdrop of these developments, Ukraine continues to face relentless pressure, with President Zelensky reporting over 1,000 attacks on Ukrainian targets by Russia. These include the deployment of glide bombs and nearly 60 missiles in a single week, according to Zelensky. The Ukrainian Air Defense Forces claim to have intercepted 33 missiles, including cruise missiles, and neutralized over 300 Russian threats. The destruction caused by these attacks is starkly illustrated in videos released by Zelensky, showing the aftermath in areas such as Kiev, Zaporizhia, and the eastern region of Donbass. As the conflict, which began in February 2022, approaches its third year, the situation remains dire. The Russian Ministry of Defense recently announced the capture of additional areas in eastern Ukraine, solidifying their control. Oleksandr Syrsky, the commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, expressed concerns on January 19th about the shortage of combat-ready soldiers, a challenge exacerbated by age restrictions for military service in Ukraine. Despite all men aged 18 and older being subject to military service, only those over 25 are actively required to serve. This has led to difficulties in mobilizing sufficient troops to meet the demands of the ongoing conflict. In an effort to reinforce combat power at the front, the Ukrainian army has been compelled to transfer soldiers from logistics and supply units, as well as the Air Force, to frontline positions. The strain on Ukraine's military resources is palpable as the nation grapples with the complexities of war and the need for sustained international support. Allies have urged Ukraine to lower the age limit for military service, highlighting the urgency of the situation. As the world watches this unfolding drama, questions linger about the future trajectory of the conflict. What began as a regional struggle has evolved into a geopolitical flashpoint with global implications. The resilience of the Ukrainian people and their leaders is tested daily, while the international community is called upon to consider the broader ramifications of the conflict. The interplay of military strategies, technological advancements, and diplomatic negotiations continues to shape the narrative, leaving observers to ponder the potential paths to resolution. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of this conflict, one cannot help but wonder, what will it take to bring lasting peace to this war-torn region? And how will the lessons learned here influence future conflicts around the globe? These questions remain at the forefront, urging us to stay informed, engaged, and supportive of efforts to achieve a peaceful resolution. As the conflict between Russia and Ukraine persists, the stakes continue to rise, drawing attention from across the globe. The situation presents a complex tapestry woven with threads of historical grievances, national pride, and the ever-evolving dynamics of modern warfare. With each passing day, the narratives of bravery and resilience from both sides echo in the halls of international diplomacy, challenging world leaders to respond with wisdom and foresight. The Ukrainian struggle is emblematic of a nation's fight for sovereignty and self-determination, as it stands resilient against a formidable adversary. President Zelensky's appeals for additional support underscore the critical need for advanced defense systems, such as the Patriot missiles, which promise enhanced protection for Ukrainian civilians. Yet the question remains, will the international community rally sufficiently to meet these needs? At the heart of this conflict lies a broader question about the balance of power in the modern world. Russia's deployment of the Oreshnik missile and its implications for global security is a stark reminder of the rapidly shifting landscape of military technology. The missile's capabilities, including its speed and precision, challenge existing defense systems and provoke a reevaluation of strategic doctrines worldwide. As nations grapple with these new realities, the potential for an arms race looms, raising concerns about escalation and the risks of miscalculation. The nuances of the conflict extend beyond the battlefield, touching on economic sanctions, energy dependencies, and the intricate web of alliances that define international relations in the 21st century. Amidst these challenges, the resilience of the human spirit shines through as communities rally to support those affected by the conflict. Stories of solidarity and humanitarian efforts offer glimmers of hope, reminding us of the shared values that bind humanity together. As we witness this unfolding drama, we are compelled to reflect on the lessons of history and the paths forward. The courage of those on the front lines, the strategic calculations of leaders, and the diplomatic efforts of allies all converge in a delicate dance, seeking a resolution that honors justice and peace. The road ahead is fraught with uncertainty, yet it is paved with the potential for understanding and reconciliation. As we conclude this exploration into the heart of the conflict, we invite you to consider the role each of us plays in shaping the future. How can we contribute to a world where conflicts are resolved not through force, but through dialogue and cooperation? What steps can be taken to ensure that the lessons learned from this conflict inspire positive change on a global scale? These questions linger, urging us to continue the conversation and to engage with the complexities of our world. We encourage you to share your thoughts, subscribe for more in-depth analyses, and join us in fostering a community committed to peace and understanding. Together, we can navigate the challenges of our time and build a future that reflects our highest aspirations. Thank you for joining us on this journey.